In the previous lecture, we discussed briefly the limitations of barter system. In today's lecture, we shall discuss the stages of the evolution of money. Now, before we start the topic, let me tell you the meaning of evolution of money. Evolution of money means the various stages through which money passed before it reached the present stage. Since the time of barter system, animals or precious stones were used as means of exchange and store of value. Thereafter, metal coins came into existence, which was followed by government regulated notes and currency notes. This was succeeded by the banking system, credit card and e-banking system. The various types of money are commodity money, animal money, metallic money, paper money, plastic money, banking money, invisible or e-money. Let us see one by one in detail. Let us see how animals were used as money. In the barter system in India, animals were used as medium of exchange to simplify the procedure of exchange and store of value. Subsequently, in a case of necessity, animals could be exchanged for getting goods and services or even crops in return. Thus, animals like cows, buffaloes, etc. became the medium of exchange or means of store of value. But animals as a medium of exchange or as a store of value had certain limitations. Animals are mortal, they get sick and die. Therefore, the storage of wealth in the form of animals was not possible for a long period. Use of animals as store of value required large space for their accommodation. Movement of animals was also cumbersome. Therefore, stones and coins were used as money. To overcome the difficulties and limitations of animals as money, people started using precious stones as medium of exchange and store of value. With the advent of imperialism, use of coins started as means of trade and exchange of goods and services in the kingdom. The only limitation of coins as a medium of exchange was that its use was limited to specified areas and among the people of their respective kingdoms. But with the course of time, gold and silver coins, which were called as precious metals, were also used as money. With increase in population, gold and silver became limited in proportion to their demand and ceased to function as money. These were called precious metals, so every time one had to justify their validity and purity before exchange. So it caused a lot of problem. Then came the introduction of paper money. Democracy and industrialization inspired the need for modern currency as means of exchange. Money issued by the support of central government became accepted and widely used by the people as means of exchange of goods and services and a store of value. Paper money was convenient for the government to mint in large quantities. Paper money is light in weight, can be kept in denominations of coins and currency notes like 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupee, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, 100, 500, 1000 and 2000. It could be used in large transactions and settle debts of large amount. It could be transferred easily from one place to another, unlike the barter system which had difficulty in storing the commodities. After the paper money, the bank money was introduced, which consisted of coins, currency, checks, drafts, etc. After bank money, the plastic money was introduced like ATM cards, debit card, credit card, etc. Now we have the e-money, the various applications by which money is transferred through online with the help of phone pay, Google, etc. are called as e-money. Therefore, money had to pass through these stages before we could use the currency or plastic money which we are now using. Today we also have the cryptocurrency. We shall now see the meaning of money and functions of money. Let us see the meaning of money. According to Marshall, money is that medium which is used as means of exchange without any doubt or investigation regardless of time or place. Robertson defines money as what is accepted universally in exchange of goods or services. We shall now see the functions of money. Money is what money does. The definition of money conveys the basic functions of money. These are: money acts as a medium of exchange, money serves as a store of value, money is a measure of value, market price of goods and services is expressed in terms of money, and money serves as a standard for deferred payments. When business contracts are signed on the basis of future payments, money acts as an instrument for these payments. Let us see each of the functions in detail. Money as a medium of exchange. Medium of exchange is considered to be the most important function of money. As money has the quality of general acceptability, all exchanges in an economy take place in terms of money. Now, a farmer can get money in exchange for wheat and can use that money to buy clothes, rice, ghee, whenever he desires. Because of money as a medium of exchange, the difficulty of lack of double coincidence of bonds in the barter system is removed. An individual can spend money to satisfy his present needs of goods and services and also save money to satisfy his future needs. Let us see the second function of money, money as store of value. Money serves as a store of value. In barter system, it was difficult to store wealth for future needs for goods and services because some commodities were perishable, some commodities had cost of storage, and etc. Storing of value in the form of money has solved all these difficulties. Money allows us to store surplus purchasing power, which can be used at any time in future to purchase goods and services. In simple words, money enables people to save part of their current income for spending in future. Moreover, money could serve as a standard of deferred payments just because it is the most successful means of store of value. Because of this characteristic of money, hire purchase system, credit system, installment payments, etc. could be possible. The third function of money is a measure of value. Money plays an important role as measure of value. In the barter economy, it was difficult to establish and remember rates of exchange. In different transactions, there were different rates of exchange. It is a matter of question whether 20 kg of wheat equals to 40 kg of rice, or 10 meters of cloth, or 1 kg ghee, and so on. Now this has become easier because the value of all goods and services is measured in a standard measure of money, and hence their relative values can be compared. This makes the process of decision making faster. The most important function of money is remuneration to the various factors of production becomes easy in money as compared to the barter system. In the barter system, if you hire a worker and strike a contract to pay him 1,000 per month, what would you do? Would you decide to pay him in terms of tables or chairs, in terms of rice or wheat, in terms of chocolates or drugs, etc.? Evolution of money has facilitated contractual payments. Now the remuneration to the various factors of production can be paid in terms of money. These are the functions of money. We have depicted the various types of money in the form of a diagrammatic representation for better understanding. Kindly go through it.